Some people seem to get special treatment. You probably know somebody in that category, right? But you probably don't know anybody like Brooke Schuyler Richardson. She's the 19-year-old former cheerleader accused of giving birth after prom and then quickly burying that newborn baby right in her family's backyard. That brought her a very serious charge, aggravated murder. And for over 8 months now, she's been out on bond, a very touchy subject, too, for people in the community, some of whom have shown up outside of her court appearances protesting. When prosecutors asked for $1 million bond, the judge instead set it at $50,000. And she ponied up, and she's been out ever since. While awaiting trial, she's been allowed to hang out at her home. You can see her here in the yard with her dog. And now her bond condition is changing again. She's been given even more freedom. The judge has just decided that she can now leave the house and kind of do whatever she wants between the hours of 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. This is a young woman suspected of murder, walking free like the young woman she was going to be before she allegedly killed her baby. And again, that's allegedly, still a trial to go through. But now we don't even know when that court date will be. But she's out there somewhere at the grocery store, and all the places you might be. With me now, defense attorney Brian Claypool. So how does that happen?
Ashley, I thought you were all about constitutional rights. Come on, what happened?
Not for aggravated murder.
Did you have a? Was the canary or the dove with the constitutional rights too vanish?
No, it's not about that. And you and I both well know that yes, you have a constitutional right to post bond, but there are some people for which the flight risk is too grave, and that's why usually people who are going up on murder charges don't get on. Phil Spector being one of the guys who did, but almost nobody else. Why her?
Because she has strong. The court decided she has strong ties to the community. She's not a flight risk. She has appeared at all of her hearings. She's cooperated, and she's also going to be subject, Ashley, to random drug tests, random home visits, and she's going to have to wear a GPS monitor at all times. So the court weighed all that and felt like this was a fair resolution.
So I guess I want to ask about weighing the community's sensibilities as well, because already there were people frustrated or thought it was special treatment that she got to stay at home instead of a cell. Casey Anthony was in ISO for the entire time before she was exonerated, right? She was acquitted.
Yeah.
But Brooke now will be out at the, at the Safeway and everywhere else. And I'm wondering if the community has a right here as well.
I mean, that's a good point, but I think what's happening here, Ashley, is the judge probably looked at her age, for example. She's young, maybe she's dealing with some issues, as a 19-year-old. And my guess is that the judge actually gave her a little bit more of a hall pass, especially with the $50,000 initial bond you mentioned. That's pretty ridiculous. But I think age and maturity level played into the court doing this. And as well as I do, the rules are not always cut and dry when it comes to this.
Though I'll say, she comes from a family of means. And so a lot of people would say that special treatment you and I were just talking about, the cozy home, home bed and all the rest, they could have well afforded that perhaps $1 million bond, or that would have been, look, $1 million is a lot for anybody, but that would have absolutely prevented a flight, right? But $50,000 might be a drop in the bucket. But so why would a $1 million request be reduced to a $50,000 bond?
You raise another good point that a lot of people don't like to talk about, which is, politics playing a part in our judicial system, affluence playing a part in our judicial system. I'll go out on a limb and say this. Had she come from a very low-income family, maybe from an immigrant family, maybe she doesn't get this treatment that she's getting in this small town in Ohio.
Result might be different. Brian, don't go anywhere. I still have other things for you to do. And